Welcome to the Morning Report, a production of FightBackMedia.com, the number one source of urban conservative information in America.
Good morning. My name is Willie Lawson, and welcome to the Morning Report. The Morning Report is a production of FightBackMedia.com, 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 and FightBackMediaTV.com. Trust that you are well. Today was interesting. I say that all the time, don't I? Today was interesting. Former Representative Matt Gaetz, Republican from Florida, is no longer being considered as our next Attorney General. Okay, he withdrew his name from nominations earlier on Thursday, amid a sea of controversy regarding the reportedly damning ethics report that some on the Hill found too incriminating to swallow. Now, let's just open that up just a little bit, because as we're going to find out, none of this really matters. Not one single bit of it. Apparently, Matt Gaetz was under investigation for a report that two women said that he tried to pay them for sex, and they saw him and did nothing about it, having sex with a 17-year-old girl, which they did nothing about. They didn't call the police or anything. You didn't call the cops or anything. You didn't. When you saw this man having sex with a minor, you didn't do anything. Okay, well, okay. Anyway, and so the Department of Justice did not, when they got that report, they did not file charges against Matt Gaetz. They chose not to. And, when this evidence is gathered and these reports are made, if they don't file charges, what normally happens is they just don't release their, quote, evidence. Why? Because it just, for no reason, because it damages the person, because it's just allegations. And when they went through those allegations, they didn't find enough in those allegations to indict, to arrest the dude. So why should this information just come out as if it were true? I don't know if it's true. My gut tells me not, because this seems to be the leftist way, especially with strong men. Allege some sort of sexual miscreant, make them a sexual miscreant. That's what they did with Brett Kavanaugh, right? Going back to his childhood when he was in high school. Remember? That's the thing about all that Blasey Ford nonsense. All that happened when they were in high school, right? This was 40 years ago. So no, of course she didn't remember how she got home and all this stuff. Because if it happened, it was 40 years ago. This is their methodology. We saw it with Herman Cain. We've seen it again. We saw it with Brett Kavanaugh. We're seeing it with Matt Gaetz. But anyway, Gaetz resigned from Congress shortly after his nomination by President-elect Donald J. Trump. House Speaker Mike Johnson urged members to squash the incomplete report. The probe into Mr. Gaetz ended after he resigned from Congress. So Congress can't investigate a person as a congressman if they're no longer a congressman, right? Makes sense. So because he was, this whole, with a House Ethics Committee voting 5-5 on whether to release the report. Guess what? Was that vote down party lines? You bet your sweet booty. The deadlock vote prevented it from being made public, but that didn't stop the leaks. The leaks, when you see the leaks, what you actually mean is deep state. People who are inside the Leviathan, inside the machine, who have access to this material, and they have an axe to grind, or they have an agenda to put forward. So they do. They do this by leaking this information out to news sources and the like. So this is how it gets out. Matt Gaetz tweeted the other day, because he was fairly positive about what had happened. He tweeted this on X. He said, "I had excellent meetings with senators today. I appreciate their thoughtful feedback and the incredible support of so many. While the momentum was strong, it was clear that my confirmation was unfairly becoming a distraction to do the critical work of the Trump Vance, and I clicked on something, and now it switched anyway. Of the where is it? The Trump Vance transition. There is no time to waste on needlessly protracted Washington scuffle. Thus, I'll be withdrawing my name from consideration to serve as Attorney General. Trump's DOJ must be in place and ready on day one. He also wrote in this tweet, I remain fully committed to see that Donald J. Trump is the most successful president in history. I will forever be honored that President Trump nominated me to lead the Department of Justice. I am certain that he will save America. My friend Amy Kramer tweeted, so disappointed to hear this. America needs you, but I understand why you have stepped aside. Thank you for stepping up and putting yourself out there for MAGA. Can't wait to see what you do next. Praying for you. And there are a lot of people here who tweeted, retake your seat in Congress. We need you, Matt. DeSantis needs to nominate you to be senator. All the people had other suggestions. But here's what actually happened. I got this tweet from my friend Tim Horton, and I don't have my phone with me, so it wasn't a tweet, it was a text. But he was saying, that Florida, Tallahassee just ought to move to DC, to fire everybody in DC and just bring in Tallahassee because there's a new nominee. President-elect Donald Trump moved quickly to announce a new Attorney General nominee following the withdrawal of former Representative Matt Gaetz. The Florida Republican was simply a bridge too far for at least 4 Republican senators, as I think we know, essentially killing the nomination. Mr. Gaetz was engulfed in controversy and withdrew his name earlier. So Trump decided to nominate Pam Bondi, the former Attorney General of the great state of Florida, as his replacement. Mr. Trump and Ms. Bondi met earlier today, which led to the official announcement hours later. This tweet is from the Trump War Room account. Florida's first female Attorney General, she worked to stop the trafficking of deadly drugs and reduce the tragedy of fentanyl overdose deaths, which have destroyed many families across our country. She did such an incredible job that I asked her to serve on our opiate and drug abuse commission during my first term. We saved many lives. For too long, the partisan Department of Justice has been weaponized against me. This is Trump, against me and other Republicans. Not anymore. Pam will refocus the DOJ to its intended purpose of fighting crime and making America safe again. I have known Pam for many years. She is smart and tough. And this is an America First fighter who will do a terrific job as Attorney General. Are you kidding me? Here's the deal. And you've probably already seen some of the folks on MSNBC are kind of losing it because they had that tweet, that meme that says this is the moment where he knew that he had up, right? Where he had up. And this is the moment where the left knows that they have up. They have made a huge miscalculation. They kind of figure, and some people on MSNBC have kind of figured it out. They said, that Gaetz would come in and can kind of not know what he was doing for a while, and that would give the Democrats time to do whatever they want to do. The problem the biggest problem they had with Pam Bondi is Pam Bondi is that Pam is competent, and they know she's competent, that she can go in there on day one and start doing the damn thing, start doing the job. We'll see how it works out. Pam Bondi is qualified and doesn't carry the baggage that followed Matt Gaetz, We need someone who is willing to take the baseball bat to the Justice Department, smash it up, uproot the anti-Trump clowns who are addicted to lawfare against the incoming president, and clean house. Mr. Gates would have done that, but some allegations from the usual suspects on the Hill were too much to stomach. No serious cloud looms over Pam Bondi. There's a story that, she adopted a dog and the owner showed up and she wouldn't give the dog back. That's as bad as it is. Let's see how this shakes out. Pam Bondi was one of Trump's attorneys during the sham impeachment attempts by Democrats during his first presidency. She's loyal, not a squish on immigration, and a pro law and order person. She sounds pretty good. I don't think a lot of people understand. They could have had Gates, but this is when they realized that they had up. Now they got Bondi. So you sort of beat up Matt Gates, and over the top rope, like in WWF, it's Pam Bondi, and that's when you knew you were in trouble. I think Pam Bondi is going to be, she'll be confirmed, and she'll be able to do everything that she wants to do, that she needs to do, as Attorney General. Things are going to change in DC, and they're going to change in the better, partially because of Pam Bondi. I was hoping at some point that she would be governor of the state of Florida. Maybe I'll get Ashley Moody to at some point be my governor. But things are about to change in DC, and I'm super, super happy about this pick. I just wish that she had been the pick all along, frankly, because the left is already losing their snit over it. They're already losing their snit over it. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm going to play a clip from MSNBC. I don't like to do that because I don't like to give them any. I just don't like to give them any. I like to give them anything. And as it turns out, they may be leaving the air soon. They may actually be going away, which is not a terrible thing, right? But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and play that clip, and then I'm going to come back and ask what you think.
Pam Bondi is exactly what I was saying in the last
Take a look.
That we should all fear because she's competent. Pam Bondi is exactly what I was saying in the last segment that we should all fear because she's competent. We may not agree with her ideologically, but she actually knows how to do this job. So if anyone on the Democratic side or anyone who cared about liberty or justice was thinking, well, maybe Matt Gaetz will screw this up and that'll give us some time. No, Pam Bondi knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing about immigration. Remember, Florida is one of those states that's been very aggressive about migrants and deportation and moving people to different states and everything else like that. Florida has enacted all sorts of rules and laws to curtail students and what they can do on campuses and finding legal justifications for manipulating education money. She is a dangerous and effective pick, and that's frankly worse than what we would have got with Matt Gaetz, even with the deplorable moral background that he has.
Yeah, and I want to discuss that with a little more depth with both of you, including her record on civil rights, LGBTQ rights, and other issues that are front and center at the DOJ, and which we know were also big campaign issues this cycle.
Well, I'll tell you, dude's not wrong, except when he's talking about all of this stuff about LGBTQ and schools and sending migrants to other places and, in the country. The AG of Florida has been Ashley Moody. This has been Ashley Moody's deal. This wasn't Pam Bondi is kind of old news. We've been waiting for her to get back off the Trump train so she could be governor of Florida. This is how much they are losing it. They are losing it. It's good to see. It's good to see. It really is. So what do you think? Good pick? Bad pick? Doesn't matter. Write it in the comments. My name is Willie Lawson. This is The Morning Report. Morning Report again is the production of fightbackmedia.com, 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 and fightbackmediatv.com. So until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, y'all take care of yourself. We'll see you when we see you. Bye now.